Hi, good morning. So today we are conducting this quiz at 10 because Shiva is not well, so I have to conduct. Mm, yes. So about me, this is me, and I'm Pratikesh Shankar. I'm currently course anchor of Project Maverick. Also, I'm associate at LawSikho, and I'm finally a student at National Law University, Ranchi. So let's move to the first article. So we know there is a conflict going on between Israel and Palestine, and it is news. And so this news is there as conflict intensifies, Israel pounds Gaza. So in news, we have heard that Israel has uh, hit hit many uh, buildings of Palestine where they were thinking Gaza, uh, yes, in Gaza where they were expecting terrorists were hiding. So this is regarding that, and let's move to the first question. So how many participants are there? So we have 16 participants. Okay. 17. Okay. So if you are watching us live from YouTube, go to menti.com and use this code. You will be asked to enter a code for this Menti quiz. So enter this code 95700471 if you are watching us from YouTube. So you can go to menti.com and then enter this code. Okay. Let's start the quiz, and our first question is the term intifada is related to which of the following? Myanmar Rohingya conflict, India Pakistan conflict, Israel Palestine conflict, China Uyghur conflict. So this term is related to which of the following conflicts? Okay. So many of you have answered it right. Correct. So intifada is an Arabic word which means shaking off, or something called rebellion. Like we say in Hindi, vidroh karna. So this is the term. This is an Arabic term. So this started in 1987, and this was started by uh, Palestine people against Israel because Israel was capturing their lands. So this was by Palestine people against Israel. So intifada is an Arabic word which means shaking off. Okay. Let's move to the second question. So we have second question as which of the following is not designated UNESCO World Heritage Site? So which one of these is not UNESCO Heritage Site? Jaipur, Old City of Jerusalem, Hagia Sophia, or all are World Heritage Sites? So what is the correct answer? Not a designated UNESCO World Heritage Site. You all have voted right. So all of these are World Heritage Site. As you know, Jaipur is in India, in Rajasthan. So this is also a heritage site, UNESCO World Heritage Site. Old City of Jerusalem. old city of Jerusalem is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So this place, Old City of Jerusalem, uh, is not given to either Palestine or Israel. It is under the control of UNESCO because you know uh, this city had a very religious importance for Islam and Jews. So this was kept with UN. So this is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And Hagia Sophia is in Istanbul. So this is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So all of these are World Heritage Sites. Okay. So 12 of you have marked it correctly. Very well. Next. So we have this article relating to adoption. As we know, in this pandemic, there are many children who have lost their kids. So this man is a senior IS officer, and he is talking about adoption in India, and how people on social media and how NGOs are willing to uh, adopt those children who have lost their parents. And he talks about how to adopt in this part of the article, and what are the established process. So how you can adopt a child is also discussed here. Also, we know there is a process to adopt children, because let's say if someone is adopting a child and then he is exploiting that child, like he has adopted a child and now he is using that child in their homes for child labor. So there is a proper mechanism to check it, and after that process, a person is given the custody of child. So this article as is an important article, so you should go through this article. Okay. We have next question. Which of the following articles of Constitution are related to children? Article 21A, Article 24, Article 15, all of the options. So which article talks about children? This is a very easy question. I'm hoping you all will mark it correctly. So you all have voted, right? Yes. All of these articles are related to children in our constitutions. And in our next slide, we will see what are these articles. So Article 21A, this talks about right to education, okay? And under this, state has to compulsorily provide free and compulsory education to children of age 6 to 14 years. Okay. Then we have Article 24. This article talks about child labor. This prohibits child labor, as you all know. If you are in law school, you might have read labor laws, and if you're preparing for CLAT, then you must know that Article 24 talks about child labor. Then we have Article 15. This article talks about state cannot discriminate between any child. Okay, and under Article 15, subclause 3, we have state can make special provisions for children and women. So all of these three articles are related to children. Okay. So all of those options were correct in the previous question. Let's move to the next question. So we have fourth question here. A national track child portal developed by a National Informatics Center provides information about data on missing children, progress of found children, both, none of the options. So which is correct about this? National track child portal? Okay, so both are correct. As you know, National Informatics Center is NIC, NIC. When you go to any government portal, any government website, then you might have observed that in the bottom of that website, they mention it as developed by National Informatics Center. So this portal was also developed by NIC, NIC. So this provides the information about both missing child and the progress of found child. So like we have child helpline number 1098, I guess. Yes, 1098. So there we register the information of missing child. So from there they register it on this portal, and if someone wants to track child, they can use this portal to track a missing child or a found child. So this portal is that. Next we have fifth question. Which Juvenile Justice Act first changed the nomenclature from juvenile to child or child in conflict with law? This is very important. So answer it correctly. Juvenile Justice Act 2015, Juvenile Justice Act 2000, Juvenile Justice Act 1986, or the nomenclature has not been changed yet. So what is true about this? When was juvenile was changed to child? Right. So this nomenclature juvenile was in this act, Juvenile Justice Act. Earlier, the act used the term juvenile, but in 2015 the term juvenile was changed to child in conflict with law, or they mentioned child in spite of juvenile. Why they changed it? Because you know, when we use the term juvenile, there is a negative connotation. Like when we say juvenile, there is a negative image in our mind ki that person might have committed some crime. And who is juvenile? Juvenile is a young person who has not attained the age of 18 or who is not an adult. So this is why they are called juveniles, and it has a very negative connotation. So in 2015, the term juvenile was changed to child in the whole act. Okay, but the name of act was not changed. That was that is still the same, Juvenile Justice Act. Okay, so we will have the leaderboard. Let's see who is on the top of our leaderboard. Where is the leaderboard? I don't know why there is no leaderboard. I think there is some problem with this Menti. Let's see. We have sixth question here. Attempt this question. According to JJ Act, Juvenile Justice Act 2015, an orphan child is a child who is without biological or adoptive parents or legal guardian, whose legal guardian is not willing or incapable of taking care of child. Both the options are correct or none of the options are correct. So who is an orphan according to JJ Act, Juvenile Justice Act? I'm guessing that you all will mark it correct. Yes, both are true. So there are times when a child does not have the biological parents, or the person who has adopted them have died, or they have abandoned the child, or they don't have any legal guardian, so they are orphan. Also there are cases where parents are incapable of taking care of the child, like they are very poor, or they are into some kind of punishment, like both the parents are in jail, or there are cases when they willingly give their children to some orphanage or childcare institution, some orphanage, where they are saying that we are unable to take care of this child, so please take care of that child. So from there, they are known as orphans. So if they are orphan, anyone can, if anyone is capable, they can adopt those children. So according to JJ Act, orphan are these two kind of children. Okay. So here we have leaderboard. So let's see who is leading the board. Pyugi. Okay. Pyugi, use your real name. We will not be able to evaluate your score if you don't use your real name. I don't think that this is your real name. Please use your real name. There are 6 questions left. I think you will be able to change it by then. Change your name and use the real name. Then we have Shanvi, then we have Shamskutif, then we have Madhulika, Ritik, Johanna. Okay, good. We still have 6 questions. Let's see who will win today's quiz. So we have 7th question here. This is, according to JJ Act 2015, Juvenile Justice Board and CWC child welfare committees have to be set up in every state, every district, every electoral constituency, every state with 20 plus constituencies. So where these two have to be established, juvenile justice boards and child welfare committees. You might have heard about JJB and CWC. So where are they established? Yes, correct. So some have marked it incorrectly, but most of you have marked it right. So it is established in both, in every state. Both of these JJB, Juvenile Justice Boards, and CWC are established everywhere in every district. In every district, they are mandatorily set up. So this is the correct option, right? Let's move to the next question. So we have 8th question. National Commission for Protection of Children's Rights is a statutory body, constitutional body, executive body, or none of the options are correct. So what is this National Commission for Protection of Child Rights? NCPCR. NCPCR is also in news because we are talking about adoption of children. So what is this body? Is this a statutory body, constitutional body, executive body, or none of the options? Yes, this is a statutory body, and this body was established in set up in 2007 by Act of Parliament under Commission for Protection of Children's Child Rights Act 2005, and it is under the administrative control of Ministry of Child and Women and Child Development. So this is a statutory body. Why this is not a constitutional body? Because there is no mention about this in the constitution. So, and this was set up by the Act of Parliament. So this is a statutory body. So 10 of you have answered it correctly. Very good. And some of you have marked it executive body. This is not an executive body. This is under this is under administrative control of Ministry of Women and Child Development. Okay. Then we have this article, uphold dignity of dead. NHRC tells state and center and states. So like few days back we have heard that many dead bodies of COVID patients are floating on Ganga and many other places, and some are buried, uh, some are not like their funeral was not as per their uh, religion. So this was a very debating topic in recent news. So NHRC has intervened into it, and they have asked center and states to uphold the dignity of child. Okay, because there is mismanagement of COVID-19 affected bodies. So this article is relating to that. You can go through this article. We have next question. Whose quote is, to deny people their human rights, it challenges their very humanity. So who quoted this? Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela, or Dalai Lama? So who quoted this? To deny people their human rights, it challenges their very humanity. Whose statement is this? Right. Okay. Many of you knew this. Very good. Very good. So Nelson Mandela is the correct answer. He quoted this, to deny people their humanity, it challenged their very humanity. Very nice. Your guys are smart. In which year was NHRC set up? When was NHRC set up? In 1992, 1990, 1993, or 1991? When was NHRC set up? In which year? A bit tricky question, but I am assuming that you all will answer it correctly because you have answered many questions correctly. Let's see. Great. Yes, majority of you have voted it 1993. I think there was some confusion in 1992 and 93, but most of you have answered it 1993. And 1993 is the correct answer. So in 1993, this NHRC was set up. This is also a statutory body like NCPCR, like we have seen earlier. So this is also a statutory body, and this was established under Protection of Human Rights Act 1993. So under Protection of Human Rights Act 1993, this body was set up, NHRC, National Human Rights Commission. Okay, very good. So Oli reappointed as Nepal PM. So Oli has been reappointed as Prime Minister of Nepal. So I think our next question will be relating to some Nepal news. Let's see. Who is the current president of Nepal? Current president, not Prime Minister, current. Lote Teshing KP Sharma Oli, Vidya Devi Bhandari Labshong Shange. So who is the current president? Right. So many of you have marked it correct. So Vidya Devi Bhandari is uh, president of current president of Nepal. Right. So she was first appointed as president in 2015, and she was the first women president of Nepal. Okay. And again, she was reappointed in, I guess, 2018, if I'm not wrong. If you guys know, please write it in the chat box if I am correct. Okay, so most of you have answered correctly. So current president of Nepal is Vidya Devi Bhandari. So next, let's move to the next question, last question for the day. So before that, we have this article: nearly 2 crore vaccine doses to be given free to states. So center has planned to provide free vaccine to state and union territories between May 16 to 31st. So 2 crore vaccines will be distributed among states and union territories for free of cost. So this article is relating to that. You can go through it. So we have our last question. According to liberalized pricing and accelerated national COVID-19 vaccination strategy, states get what percentage of free cost supply from government of India? So under this liberalized pricing accelerated vaccination strategy, what percentage of free vaccines they get from government of India? States 60%, 51%, 50%, 49%. Okay, so the correct answer is 50%. So government of India provides 50% free supply of vaccine to different states and union territories. So 50% is the correct answer. And and in this question there was confusion, so there is mixed answer, but 50% is the correct answer. So let's see today's leaderboard. Okay, I think Shanvi is again our winner. Yes, Shanvi is today's winner. Congratulations, Shanvi. I guess you were also leading the board yesterday and you were the winner. So good. And then we have Monica, then we have Madhulika, then we have Navdisha, then we have Hema, then Jasmine, Khushpreet, Devansh. Okay. Congratulations, everyone. And I hope you have learned something from this quiz. And this was an informative session for you. Also, I'll request Hema to please drop her email ID in the chat box, because we have to send your certificate, weekly winner certificate from last week. So we will meet on Monday and let's see who will be the winner for this week. If you are consistent in this quiz, if you are attending daily, then there is high chance that you will be at top rank. So Hema, are you there? If yes, please mention your email ID in the chat box. And thank you guys. Thank you for joining. Let's meet on Monday. Okay. Till then, bye bye. Stay safe.